Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us to the second day of the 7th MOU conference hosted virtually by ESCWA. We have 3 dense items on today's agenda. I suggest we press ahead with item 5 on language professions, the voice of a universal mandate. I would like to invite Nidale Noon, Chief of the conference of ESCWA Conference Management Section, to deliver her presentation on the various aspects of the profession. She will talk about language professionals whose mission is to tell a story that is not theirs. تفضلي نضال.
Thank you, Rina. Merci. Good morning, good afternoon, colleagues. Good evening for some who are joining from regions where it's already too late. Under the item Power of Languages at Times of Crisis, I will tackle a very important subject to me. This is what I always say, and I always see when I'm practicing translation. It's the voice of a universal mandate. I would like to start with 3 words: discipline, rigor, and resilience. I still retain these words from university time. Allow me here to mention with pride Université Saint-Joseph de Beirut. I'm sure, dear colleagues and participants, that every one of you has one of these distinguished academic institutions to which you refer in times of success, failure, and crisis. You can put in the chat the one you remember now. You see, academic is always with us. During those long days of hard work, consistently being corrected and criticized, it happened that we said, so what? Translation studies. La rigueur, I still hear the voice of the director saying it. I have never thought that these 3 words will become values, shaping my journey on a daily basis. It's all about a message. Here at ESCWA, when we receive students to train or to spend some time for internship with our small team, we make sure to tell them we are here to voice a universal mandate. In today's language, this might sound as an empty slogan, meaning nothing. But in real life, it means a lot. We are here to build bridges between universal and regional, universal and national, universal and local, to convey messages about people, to make it personal. Yes, to make it personal, because if I'm not convinced, I doubt I can convince. In practice and theory, in other terms, in other words, this means whether we interpret or we translate, a diverse audience should hear and read respect. Here I would like to stop a bit. What I would like to say is maybe people, when we translate or interpret, people should see themselves in our messages. They should see their concerns and priorities, their expectations and dreams, the realities and plans in every policy, in every statement, even in every tweet. This palette of colors, this is what we try to introduce students to it when they come for internship or traineeship. We do work on various topics. It's a broad range of topics. We translate a statement, it's not the same as we translate a slogan. This debate between languages and dialogue between languages, it's not a technical exercise, but it's a debate between people led by conference professionals. If I tell a community or a farmer in a remote area, bad agricultural practice will deteriorate the ozone layer, I don't think it will ring a bell. But if I formulate it differently, telling him that if you continue with bad agricultural practice, you will not have food on your table tomorrow, or this will affect your food security, maybe he will care more. We have various styles, we have various purposes, because translating to inform is not the same as to communicate or to impress. Once the executive secretary called me saying, how come that you start this way, an introduction? I'm planning to submit this for funding. Are you convinced? If you were the founder, would you have funded this? Does it make sense? Does it make sense? This is the question that we always teach students to ask when they edit, when they translate, when they write. What does this profession need? This is the question that we always ask to ourselves as translators and managers. To deal with this demand increasing in terms of size and complexity, we need a dynamic workforce, and we need students to be part of a dynamic workforce. I don't say knowledgeable, because knowledge is what we start with as a solid base to perform and develop. But dynamic is what helps me direct knowledge to where it fits, to where it's needed. We need students who are ready to take any job, even the problematic ones, and we have a lot. We need a workforce that ready to deliver on time and up to the quality standards. The clients always know language professionals are here to deliver on time. They know that, they trust. We need students also who can join and be part of a proactive approach, ready to act as owner of the content, ready to be involved in the decision, how to produce, what is the right form, what is the right structure, what is the right title, ready also to decide how good should we look, how good should we be, how look should we sound, because it doesn't make sense. The executive secretary, for example, or the SG is opening the General Assembly while we are still editing the statement. A useless document, an outdated document is a useless document. So being perfect, being too good is not advisable sometimes. That's why judgment is always needed. Here, I would like to stop a little bit on this view. We are going more non-linear process. Some colleagues, some practitioners don't like this because they see it's very complicated, it's very tiresome, but this is what requests dictate. Sometimes we have to go non-linear, and more often, many functions go in parallel: editing and authoring, editing and translation, editing and design, editing and managing the projects. It's more like this now. This is very difficult, but this is what realities now necessitate. This needs and necessitates a lot of coordination, effective communication, awareness on how to follow up, where to start, where to end. It's really not easy. It necessitates a set of skills that's not new, but now it's needed more than ever. Even it's equally needed as language skills and writing skills. Our tools and practice have proven to be flexible, and we can evolve. This is on a daily basis. The roadmap is always the same, but in the past we used to be at the processing level, more at the processing level. Now we are more at the creation level, We decide with the author. We get involved at the authoring level. We are always at the sponsoring level, processing level. We decide on the right form and the right time, and we are there when the output goes live. Here come the role of the technology. It's the order of our days. You know, it's our tool. We trust, maybe. We are sometimes amazed by the technology, but in order for technology to help us, we need to know, and we always teach students, they should be aware about what technology can do and what it cannot do. Technology can store, but cannot select. It can accelerate, but it cannot deliver a final product. It's up to us to deliver a final product. Technology is always too generous in choices, but up to us to differentiate. Technology can produce, but cannot care. Care is key, colleagues. With compliance, everybody can drag his feet and deliver. But to do the right job and the good job, care is key. Finally, better technology sometimes brings better mistakes. Not easy to spot, not easy to correct. For better mistakes to be spotted and corrected, we definitely need better but best translators. Between the art and the art, only one letter. Technology maybe can help doing the act. Not all of it, but it can contribute. But only the translators and the best ones should take care of the art. Because with the act, we can reach the target with a lot of risks and maybe incorrectable damage. But with the art, we can reach the target with more chance to be safe. Here, I don't mean to be gender insensitive, because if the presenter was a man, he would have put a man in the car. I don't mean to be gender insensitive at all. I leave you with a few takeaway. All this, with all what I said, and I was very quick, I would like to say, and on the basis of our experience, we need students who can discern and judge, students who can trust themselves and use the tool and the machine, students who can care, who have the rigor, the discipline, and the resilience. I end with a testimonial that I heard from an MOU student who was trained here at ESCWA. She said, if I ever translate a statement, I will remember that I'm here to put a noble cause in big stories. This is it, to make it big. I thank you